Hello and welcome to Sean Morley's Normal Game. You are watching the only game show that cures depression and kills neurotypicals. I, Sean Morley, have evacuated all my vital energies to create this level 100 argument factory. Sean Morley's Normal Game is a quiz for relativists. Sean Morley's Normal Game is proceduralist brain slurry. Sean Morley's Normal Game is Jumanji for wankers. Sean Morley's game is happening right now. Tonight you will be taking control. Your manic tentacles will toggle the vital levers of this well-oiled brain gauntlet. And we both know you will not do so wisely, nor compassionately. Into this maze I will drop two normal contestants. Within, they will fight for their life. Who will go home enriched and empowered, and who will be slam dunked into the fatal slop hole? It is time to play Sean Morley's Normal Game. Hello, welcome. Hi everyone. We are back in the normal arena, ready to duke it out. My name is Sean Morley, and this is the best quiz show my little head can create. As ever, we are going to go over the rules. I have become slightly more adept at explaining them without falling over myself. However, I know there is still a long way to go. Sean Morley's Normal Game, if you have not seen it before, it's just a quiz show. Let's start right there. Where's my... Okay, I'm really small. Here I am. The basic rules of Sean Morley's Normal Game. Hey, it's pretty simple. It's a quiz show. It's a live stream. With one gimmick. The players can exchange the points they get from doing quiz questions to change the very rules of the game. By doing so, they can create a new game, one that better suits them, their playstyle, their knowledge, their emotions, than it does for their opponent. The person with the most points at the end, hey, they win the game. It's just a game. So far, so good. Sean Morley's Normal Game, it goes through two alternating phases. There's going to be the question phase. This is our quiz show. There are questions. They are submitted to the contestants, and the contestants give answers, and if those answers are correct, they get a point. And then there's the rules phase, which I'm completely obscure in. No wonder I was so little before. In the rules phase, players can exchange their points in for rules. This starts always at the player with the lowest score first, and the player with the highest score can make their rule change after. Are there any restrictions on what rules can be changed or made? So far, 2. Rules cannot explicitly impact a single player. You can't say such and such a contestant doesn't get points for correct answers. Such and such a contestant has to talk like a duck. Rules have to affect everyone. Rules also may not completely abolish a key part of the game. You can change the idea of points or how contestants work or how rounds work or how the questions work, but you cannot simply remove them. As the host, I do have some discretion. If I think a rule is absolutely berserk, I can toss it out or I can impose a time limit on it. To begin with, there are only 3 custom rules that can be active at once. Maybe there are conditions under which more rule slots could be created, but we're not going to go into those. What you need to know is, once 3 slots have been used up, then you must overwrite an existing rule in order to get a new one in. And how does that work in terms of exchanging points? The rule cost is that every player's first new rule costs 1 point, and each time they buy a rule, the price of subsequent rule changes raises by 1 point. So your second rule will cost 2 points. And in addition, added in episode 2 and beyond, or in fact, more accurately, added in the midway point of episode 1, is that players can go into debt to create new rules. So if you're on 0 points, you can go into -1 to buy your first rule, should you so wish. The topics for the questions, these will be decided by you in the chat. If you are a subscriber, you can use the following command: !topic followed by the topic you want to submit. That all puts things in a tombola, and I will draw things from the tombola periodically to determine what the topics will be that we're exploring. They will be transformed into questions by Bing, powered by ChatGPT. I do not want to be misinterpreted as an advert for large-scale language models. They are a scam. They're going to destroy our minds. They're going to destroy ourselves, and they are going to obliterate the working class. However, it's the fastest way for me to get 10 questions pumped out real quick. But don't get it twisted. Bing's often wrong. Bing often goes a little bit mad. So there will be a question to put the contestants whether or not Bing is the arbiter of truth or whether reality is the arbiter of truth, but we will get to that when we get to it. And of course, this is a game between 3 contestants, with the third contestant being chat itself. Chatters who have watched before will be familiar with these options. There are 4 ways which chat can choose to answer questions and make choices collectively. Democratic representative means that chat can elect someone amongst themselves to be their champion and speak on behalf of everyone. Random champion means the one will just be selected randomly from a list of volunteers. Infinite referendum, which has proved the most popular so far, is a kind of dynamic poll where chat can populate the poll and vote on it all at the same time, up until I think it's run out of steam. And collective joy, aka spoilt broth, is arguably the most democratic but also the most chaotic choice, where chat can all collectively write out a 20-character answer, 1 character at a time, until they're happy with that. In my experience, collective joy only really results in people writing piss bum, fuck, because that's all that can come out of a system like that. However, it's on the cards. And in fact, why not create this poll right now? What would you, in brackets chat, like to use to give answers? 1, democratic representative. 2, random champion. 3, infinite referendum. Or 4, collective joy, aka spoilt broth. You have 2 minutes to determine this amongst yourselves. Simply put the number 1, 2, 3, 4 in relation to where things appear here. Okay, a little bit of appetite for something new, but infinite referendum is proving the all-star #1 favourite. If people want to donate, there's a few things you can donate for. You can donate to cheer or condemn one of the contestants. Just make it clear in the donation message whether you are cheering or condemning, or who you are cheering and condemning. You can use this just to show appreciation for good playstyles, and of course condemnation for evil or underhand playstyles, which I want to say as the host are perfectly legal. There's no reason to be kind or generous. People are here to win. In addition to the 3 rule slots, there is the rule auction, which came into play quite heavily at the end of episode 2 to get us out of what essentially was a paradox that meant that we couldn't end the stream. People can donate to add a special rule into a protected 4th rule slot that cannot be overwritten by the contestants. Instead, if someone wants to overwrite that rule, they have to donate a higher amount than the amount that went in to create that rule. So if someone donated, everyone has to talk like Donald Duck for £1, and you really wanted to hear Daffy Duck instead, £1 and 1 pence. There is a donation goal, and if that is met, the next episode will be themed from a randomised theme. Not currently visible, but if we start getting close to it, I'll pop it up. And !donate in the chat. To see the donation link and how to do that. Infinite Referendum is once again won. That's good to know. And the winner is the person with the most points when the stream ends, unless, of course, the conditions for who is the winner has changed, as it has in every single episode of this stream so far. The winner will advance to the next bracket of the competition. They are given a platform to do a speech, should they wish, and they can create a rule which will be active at the beginning of the next episode of Sean Morley's game. That's a lot crammed into a kind of a long spiel of different rules. Will it start to make sense once you start to play? Absolutely no guarantees. Welcome to the show. And I would like to welcome our contestants into the show as well. Let me summon forth contestant number 1. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you all doing?
I'm already stressed.
It's only because of me.
It's because of Mel.
What's the source of the stress, Mel?
I have no idea. I just have this sort of effect on you.
Yes.
It's nothing to do with him wandering off
No,
seconds before we were due on.
or kissing you in plays.
I've had a lot of warnings that Mel in particular needs corralling.
He's got a giant pepper grinder over here. Can I please show you?
It's not a
Of course,
euphemism,
of
by the way.
course.
So we had
Yeah.
to wander off, go and get pepper, and then
Sriracha.
sriracha.
It's not just Mel, it's my whole team that needs a little bit of wrangling. So I'm a little bit stressed. I feel like we're already on the back foot.
And do you think, because you are, if I may reveal, you are the only person that has signed up as a team?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it will give you an advantage, or do you think the extra level of corralling, cross-talking and deliberation might actually work against you?
I think we will heavily work against ourselves.
Because you seem very coordinated. You've coordinated the outfits, you've coordinated with the curtains.
We think as one.
Yeah?
Mm.
Do you fancy counting down from 3 and then all saying the same colour?
Mm.
Yeah?
Okay, in your own time.
3.
2, 1.
Blue,
Green.
Did you all say a colour? I only heard 2 colours.
No, Claire didn't say
I was
one.
about to say blue.
That's the funniest result. And just to give you a little flavour of what it's like when chat controls what the topic of conversation is, we're just going to roll a random small talk question provided by the chat just to loosen everyone up and get to know each other. We've had that one before. Let's roll another one. Can a mod remove that one, please? Because that was very much rinsed. It's not as random as I...
To be fair, you had an answer to that.
Well, yeah, because you'd have to freeze it, wouldn't you? So that it would be nice and rigid. But then that would possibly add weight to it, and then it wouldn't. Would it be like it's frozen?
How is this happening? Well, I would argue that something frozen isn't wet.
Ooh.
Thank you. Oh, here we go. How much wet denim can you squat? That is new.
So we're saying can't be frozen because that's not wet.
Uh-huh.
Like, can it be damp or is it dripping?
Can we wrap it around the stick?
I want to see it sodden through like it's just come out of the wash.
Okay.
But not with a spin.
I could wear-
Yeah,
Like
with
a-
a spin. The spin cycle, yeah.
So it's not dripping.
Or you could wear denim jacket at the gym and get very sweaty and squat with it.
Oh yeah, can we wear the denim to squat?
Oh, I don't see why not. Yeah.
How much can you squat? Because you know about weights.
Oh yeah, because you're good at squatting, aren't you?
50 kilograms at the minute.
So
But that's-
add an extra 10
Yeah, but
kilograms for a
that's-
sodden jacket.
But that's a barbell, not like
A wet denim jacket.
wet denim jacket, which might not.
Well, actually, I can do about 50 because I had 2 kettlebells the other day.
Ah,
And
there
the
we
wet-
go.
Yeah.
Look at us, weightlifting champions.
DJG Dan is asking what fluid the denim is wet with. I realise we may have been imagining different liquids.
Sweat.
Mel's going with sweat.
I was always thinking petrol.
Don't think that's allowed in Virgin.
You could do it at home.
Hmm.
I think if it was wet with petrol, I could squat less because I think the petrol would put me off.
And it would evaporate, so at the end of your squats, you wouldn't be lifting as much.
Would the smell of it make you a bit high?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
that definitely put me off.
Yeah, I think it would make you quite ill
Mm.
because you'd be out of breath as well. So you'd be essentially huffing petrol fumes.
And considering everybody around here likes a smoke, it might be quite dangerous.
I think we would do it in an environment where there wasn't a fire risk.
Mm.
Yeah, I want to trust Hideous Horse-Dream that no one would light up while dressed head to toe in petrol sodden denim while squatting.
Not met wine white then, have you?
She's not in Hideous Horse-Dream.
No, it's true.
Mel doesn't even know who's in the band.
No.
So to clarify, we are 3/4 of the band from Mole Vision.
Having said that, I did write the lyrics.
Mel is a legitimate quarter, but he's got a bit confused about whether his wife is also in the band, and she's not.
No, she's
Okay, well that's
Which-
it's
she
good
might
to get that clarified.
if I was covered in petrol.
Well, I think the character of 3/4 of Hideous Horse-Dream has been well established. So let us invite our second contestant of tonight's game into Morley Gardens. Good evening, Andy Barr's all bar one in brackets one.
Hello, Sean. Hello, 3/4 of Hideous Horse-Dream.
I see that you're pumping some iron. Is this to help with the show, or is this just your evening regime?
I think it's intended as a sort of intimidatory tactic.
Not working.
But
Do you think it's intimidating?
I'm tiring.
I'm intimidated.
I think
Thanks.
the honesty of admitting that you're tired has intimidated me.
Yeah, right, that's enough of that. I reserve the right to bring it back in later.
Yeah, how could I stop you?
Swatting? I don't know. Do they do that in the United Kingdom? Is that possible?
Yeah, I think I could convince London Met to break into your house. It wouldn't come to that.
Well, I haven't given you my address. I don't think.
That's a really good point. I do have a small talk question for you, contributed by the chat, which I'm beginning to think the randomizer actually isn't fully randomizing. Why is all this denim so wet?
Is that the topic?
Yeah, I think we'll try another one.
Sorry, I didn't see it come up, so I was behind the game there. I don't know. I mean, it has been quite rainy recently, so that might have worn it outside. Certainly, if they'd done that, I don't know who they are. If somebody who's in possession of the denim had done that yesterday in London, then the denim would undoubtedly be wet.
Yeah, rainy
With
yesterday.
rain.
Yes,
With
I
rain.
see. How much wet denim can you overhead press?
10.
What, sheets of denim? Like a roll of denim?
Jeans. 10 pairs of jeans.
Yeah.
Wranglers.
No, I'll accept that, yeah. Oh, well, that's the brand.
Okay. Yep.
So what's happened is I think there's an issue with the randomizer where it's become deterministic. It's always landing in the same spot, and it must be sorting alphabetically. And so people, even though I'm removing the options, people are putting in stuff which is almost identically worded to ensure things can't move on. So even if I do now small talk, it will almost certainly be something about denim. And now it's moved beyond a technical issue and become trolling. No, never mind. Are you aware of Valorant?
No.
No,
No.
there's no real need to. It's like a team shooter. It's like Counter-Strike, but you've got magic powers.
Right, okay. Is it good?
If you like that specific thing,
Right.
it's not a good topic, is
Okay.
it? A good Pete has now added Valorant into the list of topics. Let's just try one more. I really think actually relying on this has made things a lot more stilted. Oh, what do you hate the most about the Mug Tree Gang?
Is this a specific gang that everybody else has knowledge of? Or,
Yes,
or
so...
am I just asked to imagine a Mug Tree gang?
Yeah, I'll show you very briefly what Mug Tree Gang refers to. There are three
Right.
words that you can say on the stream. I've temporarily enabled egg, mug tree, and gun, which if you say it, it will just show up that item on the stream.
Right, okay.
For a number of months, it was just egg, and people could
Yeah.
just say egg, but also people got their own custom eggs, so you'll see a lot of customized eggs here.
Yeah.
And I got very sick. I think I had quite a bad sinus inflammation, and during this time, I thought it would be really funny to declare, after 1 year of everyone saying egg constantly, to declare that we were winding it down at the end of the month, and we were going to start saying mug tree. And this made a lot of people really unhappy, and a lot of people quite excited for this new era. And it caused a lot of friction because people really thought I was going to remove egg, and they'd become quite attached to it. And after a few streams of just not really knowing how to deal with this community issue that I didn't need to start, I introduced a third item, and I used a randomizer to decide, and it was gun. And so Mug Tree Gang are just the people who prefer saying Mug Tree out of the options gun, egg, and Mug Tree.
Right, okay. I'm pleased to arrive at an understanding. I have no immediate thoughts on them. It's possibly an object that is possible to get less variance with than with an egg.
Really? You think there's less
In
variance
images.
between eggs than with mug trees? Because you get a lot of decorative mug trees.
Well, I would say with the images that have been flashing up, it is the only ones that I've recognised as being mug trees is the sort of one wooden mug tree, whereas a lot of different eggs have come up. And there was an octopus in there by the looks of it.
Yeah, that octopus actually is a mug tree. Yeah.
I am so sorry.
Oh, and that egg, that bee design. Anyway,
Right. Yeah, perfect.
so I think anyone watching probably has a good idea of both of the temperament of the contestants, but also the flavour of tonight's show. So are we ready for our first round? In fact, before then, let's just talk very quickly about the rules. There is one rule that we are going to be starting tonight with, set by Ava Liversidge as the winner of episode number 2. And that rule is whoever is in first place has to start each answer with, listen here, I'm going to give you a piece of my mouth. And I think to make sure this rule is sort of an enforceable rule, I'd say that if you forget to do that, then you don't get the point.
Brilliant.
We all...
Yeah.
Oh, and of course, last but not least, let us not forget that... Oh, thank you for the subscription, Leap Kennedy. Let us not forget about contestant number 3. Chat, of course, is in the running as well. And one decision we need to make, which I offer to Hideous Horse-Dream and Andy Barr. Do you want Bing to be the arbiter of whether an answer is correct, or should reality be the arbiter of whether a question is correct?
I would say reality.
Oh.
Okay.
We're going Bing.
Okay.
If you cannot, I'll give you an opportunity for consensus, but if you cannot, then chat will be the tiebreak, and do keep in mind chat are, mad.
Is the option to challenge Bing still there if we go with Bing as the arbiter?
If Bing is the arbiter, you cannot challenge Bing, because Bing is the arbiter of what is true and what is not.
Right.
So there is
then
no...
you challenge reality.
You can't challenge reality. No. If reality presents something to you, it's like if you look at a cup and the cup is green and everyone else looks at it and the cup is green, how could you challenge that? You'd have to look beyond reality, There is something beyond Bing, and that's the real natural world. But there's nothing beyond the real natural world.
I think there is something beyond the real natural world. I think it should be Bing.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that. I'm fine with that.
Okay, but you're aware you won't be able to challenge Bing, because then Bing is just the arbiter. What you'll be doing for the game is trying to guess what Bing, powered by ChatGPT, thinks the answer would be.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well,
Very normal.
Yeah, true. Be aware, Bing is just a model for guessing language based on being fed a lot of language. It doesn't know anything about reality, so it will come up with some strange answers. However, for a lot of mundane things, it's right on the money. It can search Wikipedia, it can search Google. So keep that in mind. This is our first Bing episode, and with that in mind, let us find out what our first topic will be. The well has been poisoned on these things. Okay, when plus structural analysis of Batman. So, Bing is going to create some medium difficulty questions on the subject of the structural analysis of Batman, all of which are going to include the question word when.
And at the minute, no one's in the lead.
At the minute, no one's in the lead, but given that this is when, all questions are going to be dates. So rather than go round, I'm going to say that no one is in the lead because everyone is 0. Once there is any kind of point discrepancy, then there will be a leader and rule number 1 will come into effect. Given that these are all questions about dates, I'm going to open up each question to everyone, and the closest will get the point. So, the question to everyone here is, when did Batman first use the bat signal?
Never.
What? Oh.
Never. Somebody else uses it.
We think 1933.
Okay. And I'll just let chat have a chance to make there. So we've got 1933, never, And currently, the chat's options are 1939, 1950, February 1942.
Ah.
1933. Okay, chat, remember to vote. You are just currently listing answers. And once I sense that... answer number 4 is being very careful in case they accidentally start to win and need to make sure they comply. I mean, you're not penalised for saying it when you don't have to, so I guess maybe get into the habit if you expect to win.
Do you understand? Okay, you can't answer anything for us. Run it past me and Claire. You have to start. Sort of.
Well, I see that answer number 4 is almost certainly going to win. Nothing's going to beat a lead of 7 votes at this point. So, infinite referendum generate results. Well, 1950s poking its head in. Internet of Hing says Barr's really got his head screwed on. All right, I'm going to give it a chance because 1950 could... Okay, there we go. There's a tie between 1950 and listen here. I'm going to give you a piece of my mouth. I agree with Andy. I'm going to need you to break this tie because I have no idea how to accommodate you submitting 2 answers. I feel that's overpowered. Okay, Halloumi has broken the tie. Hopefully, infinite referendum still works. Okay, so we have Andy and chat saying never. Now, of course, I think there's a good argument to be made for never, but we can't have it because reality's not getting a look in. We're just interested in what Bing says, and Bing does not say never. And I also, if I can give you a piece of my own mouth, I think that Batman does use it by looking at it and knowing that there's a crime. Even though that Police Commissioner What's-His-Face puts it in the sky, I think
So you consider looking at something using it?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
you would
if I'm a
go
driver and
around.
I see a road sign saying stop and then I stop, I've not made the sign, I've not constructed the sign, I've not erected the sign, but the sign, I'm using the sign in a sense, aren't I?
It's the basis of quantum theory.
Excuse me?
If you look at something, it actually exists, and if you don't see it, it doesn't. It's a modern way of looking at how reality is perceived.
How many people hold this view? It sounds like a child who hasn't got object permanence yet.
It's just new mathematical steps in quantum mechanics.
And also,
I
Bing agrees with this.
I don't know if Bing agrees with you on this, but Bing does agree that Batman's ever used the bat signal, but let's not confuse that with Bing agreeing that when you're not seeing things, they don't exist.
Oh, look it up.
But you're not using. You're not. He has to. For him to use it, he's got to see it. He doesn't have to be the one deploying it.
I agree. I'm with you. Yeah, I think looking something and interpreting something is using it.
Yeah. If you read a book, you're using it, right?
Imagine you just sat your GCSEs and they said, "Oh, this," and they showed you the exam paper and go, "Did you use this?" And I could be like, "Yeah, I did use that. I used my exam to do my exam."
Do you know what? I've been won over.
Thanks so much. It's too late for you, unfortunately.
Look! I'm just here to drink my tea and make friends. And I've finished my tea.
I'm here to drink tea and make friends, and I'm all out of tea. They live. Reboot.
Yeah, we would offer to share pizza, but you're too far away. But we feel like we're making friends.
I believe so. Yeah, I think that's one thing we can all achieve by the end of this.
Bing gives it 1942, which makes me think that the person that put February 1942 into the infinite referendum was cheating. Fortunately, cheating doesn't work so well with the infinite referendum because everyone needs to know that you've cheated, and you can't say out loud that you've done so, otherwise I'll bar you from the competition. So that's that. Congratulations.
Would they be awarded a point for February 1942 if Bing's answer is 1942?
Yeah. That's closer than 1933.
Oh, closest. Sorry, closest. Yeah.
Congratulations on the first point. Hideous Horse Stream, I remind you, Rule 1 is now in effect. I will go from Chat and Andy can discuss this at the same time. We're in the rule phase now. Do you want to make a rule?
I'm going to stand pat here. I'm not surrendering a point yet.
That's fair. That's fair. Chat is leaning towards no as well. They've just got a 60-second poll here. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Oh.
Dead heat. Oh, this is very tight. Oh no, no is just going to inch it out here, I think. It still could go. No, here we go.
Oh.
Yes is now going to be in the lead.
There we go.
Okay, I think I can comfortably say that yes has won here. I'm going to give you an infinite referendum for this, but chat, if you are able to, it would save me one additional poll if in your infinite referendum answers you say what rule slot you want your rule to go in. You can overwrite one if you want. I don't think if you want to, but if you can let me know where it's going as well, saves a slice of admin. Okay. Okay, so currently potential rules are no trousers allowed, double points. Yeah, but what's the point of double points if everyone gets double points? But you're welcome to have it. At the end of each round, you may choose to have an extra point. Yes. Each contestant has a bat signal. Yeah, we might need to discuss if that does anything or it's just decorative. All answers must offset their carbon footprint. I mean, I have no idea what you mean. Contestants will not suffer any consequences if they admit to cheating. Contestants must give their answer in the form of a question. Sean must gag at the mention of spaghetti hoops. Yeah, if they come up. Contestants can graduate. Yeah, we had that in episode 2. Didn't mean anything then. Doesn't mean anything now. Contestants must do the friends clap at the end of answers. Double negative points. That's the worst one because that could mean lots of things. All answers must pass the Bechdel test. Oh yeah, and also be correct or just pass the Bechdel test. Triple negative points. Listen here, I'm going to give you a piece of my mouth. Contestants must blink 5 times. Okay, is there a condition added to that of when they must blink or 5 times over the course of the stream? Guitars are like double guitars. Okay, Stevenage, question mark. No idea. Multi-ball is now active.
Baldy.
It is Baldy. Every time a contestant gets an answer right, they have to physically go to a small, and we'll find out what they go to if that wins, because it currently doesn't fit on the screen. And 19 is half of negative points. Let me see what's winning. 12 is currently got a significant lead with all answers must pass the Bechdel test. To our webcam contestants, do you interpret that to mean must pass the Bechdel test while also being correct? No, in fact, I'm going to make an executive decision and say if that gets through, there's 2 points available for every answer. 1 for being correct and 1 for passing the Bechdel test. And if you can get both, you can get 2 points. Is anything even close? Is there a possibility of a tie? I can't see how many votes 18 has. So I'm going to generate results. Does it say what slot? No. Oh yeah, of course, it's very easy for Chat and Hideous Horse Dream to pass the Bechdel test because they can just talk between themselves while answering. Unless, of course, they're discussing a man. Are you all hoping for double guitars? Because that didn't win.
Well, it's good to be prepared for two possible eventualities, isn't it?
Or if inspiration strikes,
Yeah.
Andy had
An
2.
additional.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2 and a bit.
That kind.
I've got a banjo as well, but I don't have enough arms.
Okay, that's our... Oh, and Hideous Horse Dream as the current winning team. Do you want to make a rule?
Listen here, I'm going to give you a piece of my mouth. Can I just clarify? Do I only have to say that, or do we only have to say that before an answer to an official question?
Yes, that is my interpretation.
Okay. We would like to add a rule.
Okay.
Do you want to give our rule?
Yeah. So anyone, including Sean, can request mole support at any time.
So
Can
that
request what, sorry?
Moral support.
Mole support.
a little pep talk from Sean during any round. If you're worried about how it's going, or you just want a little pep talk from Sean, any contestant, including Sean, can have this.
Okay, shall I put that in the empty slot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's... Yeah.
I'd be
mole
happy to provide that.
Oh yeah, can find out as well.
Is chat asking for more support? Chat, I'm currently reading you. Are you saying it to be to celebrate it? No, Albrot says no, you're not. Okay. All right. Well, just know that I'm here if you need it. Should we go into the next round?
Yes.
Okay.
We've lost a part of the team.
That's fine. Okay, here we go. This is going to be a cracker. When plus herons. Very nice to get a second when. So we're going to do the same thing as before. When is a perfect chance for everyone to give an answer, feel involved. Points need to be updated. Of course they do. Thank you very much for keeping me honest. A rule has been purchased. So there are currently no winners. Oh, and you purchased a rule as well, didn't you, chat? Thank you so much for keeping me very honest. So we do have a loser.
Does that? Yeah.
And I would say Hideous Horse Dream and Andy Barr are the winners and must observe Rule 1. Okay. These are all kind of very basic questions about herons.
We got a specialist here.
I did not bring snacks.
I've got stereo of people eating pizza right now.
It's ASMR.
Not.
There is a fish pie in the oven, but I don't think that constitutes a snack.
These heron questions are too easy, so I'm going to generate a second batch that are hard. Yes, these are hard.
People has not had a pizza. There was a mushroom pizza.
Yeah, no.
Aubergine and
Okay, here we go. The closest person to the correct answer gets a point. When was the first heron sighted?
I think that was slightly easier. So the first heron must have been sighted before records began, right? Unless herons were invented afterwards.
I don't think they're an invention.
When did they start categorising birds? And doing like taxonomy and stuff?
probably in the 1800s.
Oh.
Oh, okay, hang on, we're giving away all our secrets here.
February 30,000 BC.
August 1824.
Sorry, say them again. I'll write them down. Can I get those answers again?
February 30,000 BC. E.
Listen here, I'm going to give you a piece of my mouth. August 1824.
Final answer.
So I'm afraid, Andy, you are out of the running because you did not say, listen here, I'm going to give you a piece of my mouth. Sean Morley's normal game is it's a tough game. Okay, and how are the answers doing here? February, I don't know what B 1942 is. I can only assume that's a typo. Anything else doing well? I can't tell how many points 9 has.
What's the cut-off point for the normal game?
What does that mean?
When does it end?
Oh, around in 1 hour. We'll end in 1 hour,
Okay.
roughly. We'll obviously have to make sure that we have an ending and a winner.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just wondering how long I've got to game things.
What's the cut-off as to how normal things have to be?
I don't adjudicate over that. Outside of the scope of my role, I'm afraid. More than my job's worth. Okay, let's generate results for this. Susan and Margaret were talking about wine and having a good time in... I don't know what that says. I don't know how to... I actually didn't... It's not part of my script to print this in the chat. In 5000 BC? And is that your answer, 5000 BC? Infant referendum end. Okay. Chat. 5000 BC. So I need to do a little bit of... Which of these is closer? So Hideous Warstream, you said August 1824. Why?
Because we thought that was probably the first time they would start categorizing them.
And naming them as herons.
We thought people had seen them since herons existed, but the recorded sighting of them couldn't happen before people started recording things. Also, we imagined that this recording would take place entirely as a chat between two women, and the heron would also be a woman.
Yes.
I'll give you a point for passing the Bechdel test, because actually nothing says that you have to get it right to get the Bechdel test point. I've just realised that now. And to Chat, who's requested more support, of course, happily. Chat, let me just say to you, you have done so well, Chat, because you have bad interpretation of the rule, Imo. No, not at all, not at all. I'm just going to see if I could see a Bechdel test being passed here in the... Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, of course I can, because there's... I can see people talking about herons and dates in here, so that's easy. Congratulations, Chat. You've done so well. You've been so brave, and you've worked so diligently, and you got it correct. The answer that has been given by Bing, I completely understand Hideous Horse Dreams' intuition that the date would be when it was like taxonomized, but what Bing has said is 3000 BC, and as I have gone, why are you saying that? Where are you saying that? It's actually gotten confused with Heron's formula, which is a mathematical formula used to calculate the area of a triangle, which was made by the Greek mathematician Heron of Alexandria in the book Metrica, published roughly around 3000 BC. So Bing is the arbiter here. There's no point challenging beyond that. It's done its very best. So congratulations to Chat, who I think gets 1 point for Bechdel and 1 point for getting it correct in a sense. Correct in a way. And so now we go on to our second rules phase. You had a question?
For our Bechdel passing.
You bought a rule, though. You bought a rule.
I know, but I can't remember what we were... I don't know what I'm doing.
I was about to ask the same question, and then I remembered that you'd bought a rule, and I think one point is correct.
You've gone into debt, I see.
Yeah, you had 1 point, you spent that point, and you got that point back by talking about herons and passing the Bechdel test. You weren't correct. However, Chat was on -1 point, and they got 2 points for correct answer and passing the Bechdel test.
Well done, Chat. DJG Dan
makes a good point, which is in their infinite referendum, if they really want to pass Rule 1, the answer won't be visible on the screen, and it will block out the entire screen. Because they need to write that bit of text ahead of every possible answer. So that's going to be a nightmare. Can you abbreviate it? No. You have to write that out as it appears there. Andy, as our current last place, but only by a fraction, would you like to make a new rule?
No, not yet.
Okay. And to Chat and Hideous Horse Dream simultaneously, would you like a new rule?
Yeah, of course we do. Do you want
HHD has come prepared with a document of all their rules.
We would like to make a rule.
Yeah?
Our rule is that all answers must include a reference to Mary Poppins or The Sound of Music.
All answers must include a reference to Mary Poppins or The Sound of Music.
Or both.
Yeah, well, I think that would be fulfilled.
Yeah.
That we don't need to write that in. And what would you like to overwrite?
I think we'd like to overwrite rule number 1.
Oh, that's fair. That saves us from the absurdity I just described with the infinite referendum.
We're nothing if not kind.
So, unlike the Bechdel test rule, this is one where if you don't achieve it, you don't get the point, because it must include a reference.
Mhm.
However, if you make that reference at the expense of being correct, there's no benefit. You still don't lose. So actually just getting points is significantly harder. Okay, great.
Yay.
Great. Next round. What did chat vote? They voted no, with 6 for yes and 15 for no. Okay.
Could
New
you
topic?
enforce Hideous Horse Dreams point loss, please?
Oh, thank you very much. You have bought another rule, taking you down to -1. So I hope it helps in the long run, as they're going to start getting more expensive.
We're
Okay.
certain.
Do you have quite comprehensive knowledge of Mary Poppins and the Sound of Music?
Well, I've seen it twice.
I've seen it. I've seen The Sound of Music once. Maybe we should have gone for different. Yeah, I think we're confident.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, let me try and find 3 questions of roughly equal difficulty. I think I would give chat a harder one because it only takes one person to be from Ireland. And it's trivial. Oh, hello. King of Time just donated £1. Any mention of Julie Andrews will remove a point. Oh, this is our first rule auction. Okay. Any mention
Of time.
of...
He's an actor and he is sneaky.
Oh. Sneaky sneak.
This will be in play until someone outbids it. Okay. To Hideous Horse Dream. How many counties are there in the Republic of Ireland? This is going just to you, so you don't need to whisper. It's just your question.
Okay.
He's
So
correct.
it needs to be correct. It needs to have Bechdel test. It needs to- Oh, it's when. Tell me if I'm getting this wrong. It's when in a film there is a conversation of at least like a couple of sentences between 2 women that doesn't reference a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because mostly in films,
Oh yeah.
like conversation with 2 women. So if it was me and Claire, we would be talking about you in most films. Whereas most of the time,
Yeah.
me and Claire aren't talking about you.
You're not.
So we need to pass the Bechdel test. It needs to be correct. It needs to reference either The Sound of Music or Mary Poppins, but not reference Julie Andrews. Do
Okay.
you actually know the answer?
Slightly more accurately, the Bechdel test is just for an extra point.
Okay, so it doesn't have to reference that, but it'd be good if it did.
Yeah.
The hills are alive
With the
with
sound
the
of...
sound of 2 women talking about how many counties there are in Ireland because they're testing each other on their knowledge of Ireland. And it is.
Can I pause you there? Chat is saying that you've mentioned Julie Andrews.
Yeah, but she wasn't singing. That was
I didn't
one of the
mention her,
children.
No,
didn't you-
I agree with chat because I read. See this. So when I was whispering and you said, "Oh, you don't have to whisper," this is why you've just.
No, because we're entitled to hear if you're breaking the rules.
Well, no, we weren't breaking the rules.
Well, you were, just quietly. Otherwise, why are you so keen on whispering?
We're just saving our voices.
Bang to rights.
I'm sorry to say, but
Yeah.
Well,
it happens, you know.
Answer the question. And does-
I think I don't know. I'm guessing because I'm from the north.
There was a mention in chat as well.
so you're saying 12.
Yeah.
And we did reference Sound of Music and pass the Bechdel test.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, we did.
Well, the Hills are live with sound of 12 counties in Southern Ireland.
So say the two women that are having this discussion right
About the
now,
counties in Ireland.
and there are no men in those counties. And if there were, we wouldn't talk about them.
I'm afraid it doesn't matter what you say now because you've mentioned Julie Andrews. It's a really strict. Oh no, sorry. Sorry. I'm wrong. I'm interpreting the rules wrong. You've lost a point, but you can still answer. It says what happens if you do it. You lose a point, but you can still do your answer.
So, yeah,
Then we would
12,
just-
Bechdel test, and Sound of Music.
Yeah, so you've passed the Bechdel test, so I'll just reinstate that point. That I just coded a custom thing to remove because we didn't need to remove a point, just one every time before. And your answer to how many counties in the Republic of Ireland is?
12, but I've no idea.
Yeah, it's 26.
Oh, well, there you go. It was close.
To Andy Barr, how many counties in Northern
wait,
Ireland?
Sound of Music.
Something has happened.
You don't get there's no benefit for referencing the Sound of Music.
Why?
Look, read 2, and a point is available for answers that pass the Bechdel test. I haven't written any of these rules, by the way. I'm just taking them and putting them in a list.
Yeah, you're right. It's our rule, and we interpreted it incorrectly.
It's a tough game, honestly.
Conservative Party.
How did we interpret it wrong?
You don't get a point for it. You just have to do it.
Oh.
Sean, my points have become HHD's points on.
Yes, so they have. Let me fix that.
And I'd love a question when you're ready.
Yes. Andy Barr. Well, yeah. How many counties in Northern Ireland?
Liesel and Brigitte von Trapp talking to one another about gardening. 6.
Yes, 2 points.
Can I have my points reset to their original level, which was none and rule cost of 1, if possible? Because you've changed the name back, but you haven't changed the points. And now can I have the 2 points that I've just earned?
There we go. Sorry, I in order to remove 1 point, I needed to do something, and then that thing was set up incorrectly, and it confused the two. Well, you could see for yourself, it broke.
Fantastic.
But we're back, we're here, and there's everything to play for. Oh, and to chat. Let's see, what's the how many counties of Ireland have a coastline on the Atlantic Ocean? Oh, Mighty Fighty Shushbugs has said Julie Andrews, so I'm going to remove that. They don't get to. Oh no, sorry. It just removes a point. It just removes a point. Infinite referendum. How many? To type that question back in. I'm finding it difficult to keep track of how the rules interact with each other or don't. Sorry, you have that back. The infinite referendum is now yours, but I am going to deduct a point now. Okay, hopefully this works and doesn't go the way of when I tried to do it before. Lovely. Okay, so yeah, and it's perfectly legal to vote on their thing. 78 Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Mary, I heard that too, Sue. 11, she said to Mary Poppins. Who's she? Oh, or Mary Poppins, All the Sound of Music, yep. God, there's a lot to keep in your head, isn't there? Let me just check what the answer even is. Okay. I like that people's answer is a bit all over the place, really. 10 just says one little girl in a pale pink coat heard lay hoo hoo. But there's no mention of how many counties.
What one?
And we also don't know who was yodeling, so we don't know if it passes the Bechdel test. We just know a girl is listening to yodeling. We don't have the...
I would say it was a lady yodeling.
Yeah, you want to give that to them?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, let's generate the results. Supercalifragilistic 8, Mary. I heard that too, Sue. So definitely a point for Bechdel test. But there are 12 counties in Ireland that have a coastline in the Atlantic Ocean, so I'm not going to give you that point. However, you are second. Very comfortable position. This brings us to our third rule round. Hideous Horse Dream. As you are in last place, would you like to create a rule?
Okay, well, what do you want to leave it first bit?
No, I just want some more support.
We would just like more support right now.
I'd be happy to provide. You have done so well. It's been a delight to see you making such inventive but also headache-inducing rules. It's really gotten into the spirit of the thing. It's good to see a bunch of friends on a couch. It's good to see your matching outfits. It brings a lot of colour and vibrancy to the whole scene. I think you've enlivened the whole episode. You've cheered me all the way up. And also, I like that you've added a way for people to get points without knowing any of the correct answers to any of the questions. I think that evens the playing field in such a great way, while also, creating a more feminist atmosphere that I think all of us really appreciate.
Thank you. That was lovely. More support, but we don't wish to add a rule at this point. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Let me quickly ask chat. Next, that was chat's rule. Oh, I don't mind. I'm absolutely boggled. It looks like chat's leaning towards no. Oh, and Andy's trying to force them to make one. Yes, very good. They won't make a wives one. I think as someone who's winning, Andy, you're better off trying to avoid rules coming in because they invariably are made to topple the winner. What am I drinking? Just a little bit.
I was going to ask that as well.
Just a little bit of 0% Hertogian.
Is it nice?
It's actually very nice, yeah. I haven't drunk alcohol for 2 years, and I didn't think I missed the taste of beer. But alcohol-free beer can actually be quite nice.
Have you tried the alcohol-free Guinness?
No.
It's one of the better alcohol-free options on the market, in my
And not a lot of Guinness
humble
around by
opinion.
me, unfortunately.
I don't like it.
I didn't get it.
It's not hard to get.
Well, I didn't
Oh.
like it.
I'd like to apologise for making a recommendation which has not been backed up by any of the other people on the stream. I'm so sorry.
No, a good Pete right there saying the Guinness is good. Unfortunately, just above it, DJ G Dan is saying we need to introduce more toxicity to this game, which is a shame. I quite like this was quite a friendly atmosphere. Oh boy. Rule number 1 is scary. Rule number 2 is incoherent. Rule number 3 is strong, is very, very powerful. Rule number 4, scores are meaningless. Only how wet the denim is counts now. Rule number 5, everyone gets some Guinness. Rule number 6, at any time, anybody can request more aggression. Oh, wow. This is a real voting war now between previous answers and more aggression. Potential rule number 7, all answers must mention the actress banned by the rule auction. 8, all answers must rhyme with the winning answer from the previous round. Okay, it's a dead heat between answers must be to the previous question and anybody can ask for more aggression. There's still some votes coming through, and so if it really does dry up, currently 3 is winning. I'm going to tentatively type in the command to... Oh, we're back to a dead heat. And that tie break has been broken by Leap. Is it Leap or Lape? Okay.
Ah.
I quite genuinely don't know how to account for a tie. Leapy Kennedy. All right.
Lee, have you still got my top hat?
Can you have both rules? No. I think that sets a precedent that I want to avoid like the plague.
I trust that it's safe. I trust you, Lee.
More aggression is in. And it removes the Bechdel test. That's a shame. Okay. At any time, anyone can request more aggression.
Oh dear.
You want some more aggression? Or you just fuck off? No, fuck off. I'm not giving you anything. No, you're fucking around again. You're fucking around. This is such a well-calibrated game. You're always putting absolute gobshite in. Yeah, you're fucking around again. No, I'm doing my best. Every Wednesday I clock in, I've made this game, and it's wound perfectly like a clock watch. And honestly, if it weren't for you, chat, this would be pristine. This would be absolutely golden. Oh, you want more support? Yeah, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry for what I said. Obviously, you're the powerhouse that powers this. You provide so many ideas that are so funny and exciting. Like this one here, they're making me flip between two very difficult emotional states. I feel like I'm gaslighting you. It's funny. It's quite edgy in a way. I do feel like I'm being quite abusive towards you by shouting at you and then apologising and then possibly going to be shouting. You fucking idiots! What you're doing now, you are making me act like an abuser, and I think that's not funny, and I think that's offensive, and I think if this continues, I'm going to have to ban you. I think what I'm doing now, this was a stream about the Bechdel test and female representation, and now you're having me, a man, shouting at you and then apologising, shouting at you and then apologising. You're making humour out of some of the most toxic traits that disproportionately affect women that exists in our society, and I think that's sick. More support. I'm really sorry. Obviously, that's not what you were going for. I know that's not what you... I was just reading it in the most negative way possible. I wanted to hurt you, and because I thought that's what you wanted. Can I have a break from this? I want a break from that.
Sean, remember, you're allowed to request more support as well. Anyone, including Sean, is allowed to request more support
But who do I get it from?
from you.
Okay, surely you are doing your best. You know, strayed a little bit close to the edge on that last little routine there, but I think you can be forgiven for that. I think it's not your fault. You've got to work with what you. You know, I think the game's going really nice. You haven't brought out the bingo card tonight, but I think you haven't needed to. I think it's all been very nice, lovely and genteel. Lots of nice, evenly paced, funny moments. I think normal game's going well. Episode 3, and I'm very happy with the format. You've done good. Yeah, I feel great. And I mean to myself, no, you can't request I'm me. No, you can't do it. I know, I have to request aggression. I'm not going to shout at myself. The rules state at any time anyone can request. Oh no. The rules don't state that you can only request it for yourself. Yeah, you can tell me to shout at anyone. Oh no. Sean, you fucking idiot. You let them put that in. You let them put in that any time anyone can tell me to shout at anyone. Sean, you fucking idiot. You should have caught that, Sean. You're losing it. You used to be sharp. You used to be with it. But now, you're absolutely tanked up on 0% Hertog Jan. You've fallen in the pit. Alright, we have had another donation through. Baldy has tipped £2. Oh. Okay, we've got some tips through. Anonymous tipped £5 for a rule, and then Baldy tipped £2. I'm really sorry, Baldy, but Anonymous tipped a higher amount at £5, so that has to win the rule auction. Sorry, it doesn't feel nice that you did that, but I'm just going to blindly obey the auction rule. However, no one's going to like this. No one's going to like this. I guess that's why it was donated anonymously. All answers must be to the previous question. Now, this warrants some discussion because it does seem like we've got ourselves in a pickle when no one can get any new points. Unless we fall into the highly unlikely scenario where the correct answer is the same. It happens to be the same as the last one.
I would like to buy a rule.
Yeah, that's fine. Baldy has just sent me. Baldy has sent me some money through to top up the rule auction rule, so that has now just changed it again. Thank you very much, Baldy. Thank you for your tenacity. So now at £5.01, every answer should rhyme with the previous answer. Now, I don't want to get into the weeds here. And I consider us not quite at the weeds, but we're on the precipice of the weeds. How should I interpret should? Because we've had must, and now we have should. And am I seeing those as different? No one's going to answer that. Let's just go to Edge Case Nightcall, because this is going to affect everything. Hideous Horse Dream. How do you think should be interpreted now and forever?
I think it should be interpreted as must.
Okay, so your stance is should and must, they're the same thing.
Yep.
Okay. Andy?
I think it should be interpreted as a sort of a moral imperative, but not actually binding as far as points are concerned.
Okay. I actually have a third suggestion, so we can ruminate all of them. So 1 is should equals must. 2 is should equals moral imperative, no impact on scores. And my suggestion is that must is punitive, and that should allows people to gain extra points by following it. Like, you should do the Bechdel test one, you get extra points. But if you must, then you're punished for not doing so. So should equals extra points, whereas must equals invalidate answer if you don't do it. Does that speak to anyone? Does anyone like that?
I actually agree. I agree with 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do we like 3?
we like 3.
Okay. I think this is very important, and I think it needs to be put in the precedent archive for future episodes. So episode 3. Should equals extra points. The following rule. Must.
There's a dog just here, if anyone's wondering what's going on.
Being a good boy, though.
Not really.
For him.
Oh, this isn't aligned to the left.
Mm.
That's mad, isn't it? Okay, that is very important for future rules. And that helps us understand where we are. And of course, this will affect the rest of normal game.
Can you just remind us how you buy a rule in the rule auction?
Just donate. It has to be higher than the current amount. And in the donation message, just write your rule out.
How do you donate?
! Donate in the chat brings up a link, bit.ly/mortip.
Thank you.
May I purchase a rule?
I've forgotten where we are in the order of the rule phase. Have we talked about rules so far with everyone else?
Well, yes. The Hideous Horse Dream didn't want a rule. Chat went for
More aggression.
And
now it's
I
your
was
turn.
not afforded the opportunity as yet. But I would like to impose a rule whereby all answers must include reference to a player, former or present, of the Detroit Lions.
This is normal game. Are you familiar with the Detroit Lions then? This is the kind of play I've been expecting out of the gate on episode 1. Oh. I don't know what rule we're replacing.
Rule 1.
All answers must involve reference to the Detroit Lions.
Current or former players.
This is very, very powerful. I think Hideous Horse Dream are going to start feeling bad for their fun rules now that Andy's going for the jugular.
Not fun rules.
Guaranteed no fun.
We have a new rule in the rule auction. Things are moving thick and fast. Let me just read the exact wording of it. Thank you to Anonymous for the £5.30 tip. Answers must not be in English. And the current auction is at £5.30. Okay, let's just do a quick rundown of the rules and then we'll do the next round, which might be the penultimate round. Things have started moving very slowly. All So number 1, all answers must involve reference to the current or former player of the Detroit Lions. To be clear, if you don't do it, your answer is invalidated. 2, at any time. Then we got Maul aggression, Maul support. People can ask for those at any time. And rule auction answers must not be in English. So there are no extra rules. There is only punishments for not referencing the Detroit Lions in another language while also being correct about a question on the topic of So do we see that as being US or do we see that as being us?
Us.
Us.
That is us, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do my best. I mean, I'll just see. Because obviously, when I ask Bing and I say us to Bing, that's very different from when I say us to you. Now, Bing is interpreted as US, and it is giving questions about different things in the US. However, we don't want that. So what is synonymous with what we want when we say us?
We?
Ourselves?
The group?
Ourselves.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ourselves. Yeah. All right. It said,
Personally, I think
I'm sorry, but I'm not sure what you mean by ourselves. Can you provide any clarity or context? It's never gotten so confused before. Shall I write
Oh, yes.
chat, Andy Barr, Sean Morley, and Hideous Horse Dream? Because that's us, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's another way of saying us.
We've got a history.
Got an internet footprint?
Yeah.
What about if I say on either the subject? I'll say on the subject of chat, Andy Barr, Sean Morley, or Hideous Horse Dream. So if it could find, if there's any of these that work.
Glasgow is now a lion, yes. Just to the chat.
Okay, I'm changing it again. Quiz questions that use some of the words chat, Andy Barr, Sean Morley, or Hideous Horse Dream, and begins with the words when. Surely it can. What are they discussing in chat currently? Is this?
It's just naming lots of Lions players.
Handy.
Yeah, that's a good list for us. Thank you.
And also, Josie's made a good point that actually it's only 3/4 of Hideous Horse Dream that you should be searching for. Because
Well,
unfortunately,
nevertheless.
teams of 3 were the max, so we had to let Oliver go. And Oliver is the Gold Hot Pants member of Hideous Horse Dream.
I don't know what it's referring to, but here is a question it has given me. Because it is a when question, everyone can do their best to get as close as possible. However, do remember that you cannot answer in English, and all answers must involve reference to the current or former players of the Detroit Lions. Of course you can have some more chat. I have every belief in you. It's honestly not a difficult question, and it's not a difficult set of hoops you got to jump through here.
Is that the question at the top?
Yeah,
For all of us.
What one?
Okay.
yeah, that's for everyone.
When was the first time the phrase hideous horse dream was used in literature?
I'm going to look up what that's about.
Okay. Right, ready? Let's see. There are una persona. Okay.
Surely it doesn't have to be in any other language, just not English.
Can mentioned the Hideous horse dream. Don Lira de.
Alright, you can say it.
Okay.
I think.
Can I say it?
Oh no, don't. We might have to wait for chat.
Mel, do you have an answer to provide?
See?
And it is?
Gerard Goff è una persona che mentioned Lydia's horse dream dans la era of Dante's Inferno.
I'm looking for a date.
Aren't we all?
Novo 10 anno.
Of course, there is the issue that I don't know what you're saying.
Anno Domini.
Yeah, but it's the numbers I didn't get. Novo Dieci.
900.
I'll pretend you didn't say that. 900 Anno Domini. Okay, infinite referendum generate results. I haven't heard that bleepy noise in a while. Okay, Josh Reseres or
Josh Reynolds.
Reynolds. Broken result. How so? There was one with more. Possibly putting katakana into the spreadsheet has broken it. Broken result. What was the one with more? Can someone fish it out? One had 12. Okay, and what was it? Yeah, I know that it broke. Must have been foreign characters going into the spreadsheet. Meant it didn't read and write from it. Okay. I will take that on trust and treat that as your answer.
I can submit an answer if that's allowed.
Yep.
Yeah.
From now on,
Lomas
this will be your answer.
Lomas Brown, Vorsi Udixant Satar.
Okay, so I have an answer. I think this has come completely from nowhere. So in terms of Andy, can you now tell me in English? You've submitted your answer.
I believe that I said the year 1900.
Okay, 1900. And so the closest in time is chat with 2021 Zay Barry Sanders I'm just going to trust that Jared Goff, Barry Sanders, and Lomas Brown are in Detroit.
I can confirm.
Yeah, sure. I assumed that would be the. What else are those names doing there?
My favorite player.
Which one of the three?
Barry?
Every other question it gave me here, it could source. But when I asked about the Hideous Horse Dream one, it went, I have no idea why I said that. There's no literature that contains that phrase.
It doesn't know of our fame.
There is. There's definitely a wiki with more vision stuff on it.
I don't
It
think Bing would define a wiki as literature, right? I think.
We shouldn't have gone with Bing.
Congratulations, chat. I think this is a very tough round for questions, so let's move on. I want to get some more questions out before we get more rules out, so let's just roll a new topic. In fact, no, because it's 10:15. We'll do one more rule phase, then one more question phase. And then would you like a final rule phase afterwards? This question goes to everyone.
What would that mean, though, a final rule phase? Oh, no, yes. Yeah.
Do you want... We're going to go into a rule phase. Do you want rule phase, question phase, end? Or do you want rule phase, question phase, rule phase, end?
That's a lot of phases.
I want a rule phase before the end.
Okay. Andy, do you also want a rule phase towards the end?
Yeah. Rule phase before the end.
Okay. That's enough of a consensus, so I don't need to ask chat. So, we're on our rule phase then. Hideous Horse Dream, would you like a rule?
Yeah, why not?
Yes, please. Do we pick which one we overwrite?
Yep.
Can we overwrite rule number 1 with all words typed or spoken must end in ooh.
Must end in ooh. Is this just for answers or is this at all times?
All ooh times ooh.
So everything that all contestants have to say at all times, was it all words or all all words?
All ooh words ooh.
What happens if you fail to do that?
Then you have to go no.
Well, you have to go new now because you didn't do it right.
Ooh.
Yeah, ooh, you ooh, didn't ooh, do ooh, it ooh, then ooh.
When
ooh, no,
said new, you should have said ooh.
And if you falter at doing this, you have to say new.
Yes, ooh.
It's quite a low punishment, so people might just
Lose all points.
and lose all points. Okay. Otherwise, lose all points. Okay. So I'm going to have to be eagle-eyed on all of chat and everyone. Okay, well, that's your rule. Your rules are quite expensive now, so that just put you at -4. Chat and Andy, I'll ask you at the same time because you're on the same things. Do you want a rule?
Are you, would-oo, like-oo, to-oo, purchase-oo, a-oo, rule-oo?
Oh, I've done the poll wrong. Okay, what would you like?
Are you, would-oo, like-oo, the-oo, new-oo, rule-oo, two, be-oo, all-oo, answers-oo, must-oo, make-oo, reference-oo, to-oo, former-oo, more-oo, current-oo, players-oo, for-oo, kent-oo, county-oo, cricket-oo, club-oo, and-oo, I-oo, would-oo, like-oo, that-oo, rule-oo, to-oo, replace-oo, rule-oo, one-oo.
Congratulations, yeah. Thanks very much, Andy. You've saved the night.
Really looking forward to my pie.
Anonymous has tipped £5.50. All names must be mispronounced or mistyped. I think I'll make this be just for answers. Otherwise, it's very difficult, if not impossible, for me to police. And chat. Sorry, you didn't get a chance before. Do you want to rule?
If you can deal with my points as well, please, Sean.
Of course, of course. You bought a rule. That puts you on nothing. So chat is comfortably in the lead now, but if experience has taught me anything, they will squander that. They will fuck that right up the wall for no reason. Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe we can trust them. And so the agreement was we're going to have a question round and then a points round. Yeah, is that what we agreed?
Yes.
Lovely.
I've lost 2/3 of my team.
You might find that advantages you. Okay. New topic. Rosanna says that I've transcribed Andy's rule wrong, which is very likely because I found that ooh's very distracting. In what way have I got it wrong?
No, that's that. Well, that's what I said, but obviously there were oohs in it. But I think that given that rule is now no longer, I don't know. I mean, it depends how it all stacks, really, doesn't it? I don't consider the oohs to be part of the rule. I consider them to be an imposition of a previously standing rule.
I think they should be in the rule as it's transcribed because the rule was enforced when you made that rule.
I'm going to not bother because it won't change the meaning of the rule, will it? It'll just take up more real estate on the screen.
And make it more difficult for you, which is what I was aiming for.
I think it would just waste time. I will do it once I find any downtime in the current things I'm doing. I'm going to have to broaden this because it doesn't... Silver Black specifically... Normally I get Bing to create 10 questions and I just pick from them. Okay, now here we go. Okay, I'm going to throw this out to everyone. However, I'm going to change it because while what was in the question, I'm going to change it to where. And this question will go out to all of you. Where did Cilla Black die? And the person who geographically is closest gets the point. However, all answers must make reference to former or current players of Kent County Cricket Club, and all names must be mispronounced or mistyped, and I am including place names. I will not accept a country as well, I should say. I'm not accepting a huge landmass. I want something like a town, a city, a village. If you can do building, you'll be more likely to succeed.
Do we feel that the rule auction rule applies to names of places as well?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm making that judgment.
Does the
Geraint Jones Lauret Demar.
We're hitting the problem again if I don't know what you're talking about. Now that you've mispronounced it, Andy, you'll probably have license now to say it.
Geraint Jones, Lauret Demar, Spain, in Catalonia.
Okay, can I go?
Hmm?
Shagging Franz Welly at the Ye Hole in the Wall, Liverpool.
And now can you say it correctly so I can transcribe it?
Oh, see, let's say
Yeah.
it properly.
Do you want to say what you were gonna say? Real,
Oh.
yeah, right. Say it correctly now.
Shagging Franz Welly.
No, say his real name.
Oh, Frank Woolley. Obviously. Everybody knows him, but his nickname's Franz Welly. It's always has been that.
Got a stand name.
Yeah.
For him.
The Ye Hole in the Wall, which is that very popular Liverpool pub, one that Stella used to go to many times.
And died there.
Yeah, that's how she would have wanted to go.
She only died there once. Went there many times, but only died there once.
And she was very fond of those bins out the back of the pub.
She was very fond of the bins outside of the back of the pub.
Many happy memories.
Yeah, sure. Andy, so your answer was Geraint Jones and then Laurent Demar?
Lauret Demar.
That was somewhere in Spain.
Somewhere that I've been on holiday.
Okay, and that's in Spain.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
She was allowed to leave the country. Well, she was when she was alive.
I don't think she was fond of Spain.
Okay, infinite referendum, generate result.
I will admit that I was motivated to say Spain by there being two Spain answers at the top of the... I thought there might be some insider knowledge there.
Interesting.
Some big Stella fans in chat.
Because otherwise I'd have said Liverpool, but, you know.
I cannot abide a tie, so yeah, chat, pick what you want. Break the tie. Okay, looks like that's a tie break. Joe Denby.
Joe Denby.
Okay, Joe Denley, thanks, because I'm really struggling here. I don't know Spanish place names. I don't know former or current players of Kent County Cricket Club. Okay, Joe Denby thinks Estepona, Spain, which I think is a corruption of Estepona in Spain, the very town where Cilla Black passed away. So that point is going to go to chat. Oh, King of Times donated £6. A bonus point at the end of the quiz for correctly identifying secret link between all of the episode's answers. Yeah, well, we're now reaching the end of the quiz, but I guess we'll have one last rules round first. And I will now go back and try and amalgamate all the answers so that we have a chance. I asked if you wanted a rules phase at the end. So we'll now have, excuse me, we'll now have our final rules phase of the game. Hideous Horse Dream, you're on -4. Would you like to change a rule?
Oh, I think so. At that sort of this, yeah.
So are there no more questions after this?
Nope.
Oh.
There will be a chance for a bonus point at the end of the quiz for correctly identifying the link between all the questions, but no actual questions.
The next question gets 10 points.
There aren't any questions.
The next link. Whoever gets the link.
No, that's already a rule.
I think we should just go with lowest points wins, given that we have the lowest
But
points.
don't you think that the next two people to make rules are going to override that with rules
Maybe.
that are going to go against it?
Lowest point wins, but nobody can override the rules. That'll be
think-
2 rules.
No, you can't break the
No, you
function
can't.
of the game.
I'll just do it in bad accent.
I think we don't want a rule, but could we please have some more aggression?
Fuck off. Why do you want that? Why don't you use a rule to increase your chances of winning? Are you using your bonces?
No.
Yeah, can you just give
Yeah,
us a
typical.
little more of abuse, please?
Yeah? You finished your pizzas, have you? That you're having during my stream? You gobbling up your dinners at dinner time? This is like entertainment here. You can't be eating crusts. You can't be putting cardboard in the oven. You're going to burn the house down. It's not even your house, Mel. You're going to burn it down. You can't put card in the oven. That's crazy.
Chat didn't know about that. You've exposed us.
That's
This
not
is
proper-
more aggression. I don't care. I'm going to read out your address.
Come on, that's not aggression.
I feel it's aggression, sending a mob to come and get you. That's the most aggressive thing I can. Oh, chat wants more support. Chat, you're doing so well. Honestly, you're online to win here. Congratulations on knowing precisely where Cilla Black died. That's just like you.
You weren't
That's-
there. It was behind those bins.
I think maybe Chat had a hand in her death.
Yeah.
Chat killed Cilla Black.
In Spain.
Is that more scandalous? Does that add to the scandal?
With the lead piping.
Hideous Horse Stream, did you say you are making... No, you don't want a rule. You just wanted me to shout at you. Complete. Andy, in second place currently. Do you want to make a rule?
Are Chat's points correct at the moment?
Oh, God, are they? I thought I just gave them a rule. Did I give you... I feel like I don't know. I can't remember if I clicked the button to give them the point. Albright said C, which is Spanish for yeah.
Okay. Yes, I would like to make a new rule.
Okay.
Replacing mall support, I would like to make a rule that the lowest odd-numbered point score wins.
Okay.
Oh, we can make a rule.
The lowest odd-numbered point score wins. Oh, and then you've bought... Sorry, and then you've bought a rule to create this scenario. Yeah, King of Time. I was thinking that as well, which I mean I didn't understand Andy's motivations, but now I do. Do you want a rule? Yes or no? That is to chat. And then I'm just in the middle of pulling together every answer that has come up so far. Obviously, that's a bit difficult, but I'm doing my very, very best. Okay, it looks like you want a rule. Infinite referendum. What rule?
The rule auction is an auction.
Oh, rule auction rule has just come in. The lowest even numbered score wins. However, that doesn't beat the previous amount, so it hasn't overwritten. It was a donation for £6, but the current rule is at £6, so...
What is the current rule?
A bonus point will be given at the end for correctly identifying the secret link between all the episode's answers. I've almost collated them all, but I feel like I must be missing something.
I already know. That would have been a good one. Brandon, dig into that bit.
Must be missing something. No, maybe this is everything. I really think there shouldn't be a rule phase at the end. I just asked the contestants what they wanted. Maybe in future I won't do that. Okay. Infinite referendum generate results. I haven't heard. Highest score wins. Traditional. Oh, and then Anonymous has donated £7. So we're going to have this issue where we have two contradictory rules at the end of the game, which is becoming a thing that happens. Highest score wins. And then for £7, Anonymous has donated lowest even numbered score wins. Oh, so I collated all those answers for nothing. Lowest even numbered score wins. £7. So we do now have two contradictory win conditions, as we now have to work out what happens next. And if you do want to see, what this was all our answers. There's no points to be gained for working out the. I feel like I'm missing something, but maybe that was everything we've raked over tonight. Okay, Anonymous has donated £20. Just randomly generate new scores for all the players at the end.
I just someone in the chat was accusing us of being anonymous. We're not anonymous. We are Hideous Horse Stream and we are proud.
And we're here.
Yes.
Thank you to the anonymous saying all point totals are to be squared, but I'm afraid £20 beat £10. Thank you for the generosity. I didn't. I like the rule auction in theory, but it is just being used just to give the victory to someone at the end. But except now it's not. Now Chaos has won overall. Thank you, the Gazumpa. You can all try to Gazump, but I'm afraid I'm just going to mindlessly follow the rule auction. £20 randomly generate scores for all players at the end of the rules phase. Absolutely. I do have a random number generating script in here somewhere. Let me fish it out. Okay, random number between, it goes RNG between 0 and I guess 10,000. This will be, first we will generate for Hideous Horse Stream. We'll put it in, then Andy, then chat, and then that. Do not donate anymore because we need to end the stream. We're running over. We're generating scores, and it's purely random who wins.
But then, do all the other rules still apply? There was even odd-numbered score.
Oh, fuck. Maybe it won't come up, right? Because it's random. It could be that the lowest odd-numbered... Oh, no, that can't make any sense. Maybe none of them will be odd. Maybe none of them will be odd, and then it's fine.
Then it would just be highest score wins.
Yeah, but if any of them are odd, we enter a constitutional crisis. Okay, Hideous Horse Dream, your score is... I hope this still works. Oh.
Wow.
But it is low and odd. So... Okay. Andy, here's your score.
Oh,
fuck. That really is a shame. 324.
51.
You changed rule 3. What to? What did you change it to? Hang on, what did you change rule 3 to?
No, rule 1 is highest score wins.
Oh, was it? Hang on, there are too many things people are saying I've done wrong at once. So it's the thing you put as rule 1 should be rule 3. Okay.
So what should rule 3 be?
Probably Kent Cricket Club. It won't affect anything now. Okay, you're right. Did I roll out of 10,000 for Hideous Horse Stream? Yeah, you're right. Andy, I made a mistake. I rolled out a 1,000 for you rather than 10,000, so you're getting a re-roll.
okay.
Very hopefully lower than ours, because now it's okay.
Andy's cat!
It's gonna be hard to beat.
Look at a dog.
And
Oh.
for
Come on,
chat,
Keith.
Five, 3, 8, 7.
Oh dear.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Chat this is
Hang on. That means chat wins.
Chat's won.
Yep.
That's not supposed to happen. But I guess if it was anyway based on correct answers or merit, like literally based on literally anything, they normally don't win. But of course, the only way chat could ever win is if we're rolling a dice with 10,000 sides and seeing what number is biggest. Okay, well, I guess chat has won. Congratulations, chat. Do you want to plug anything? Do you want to make a speech? And you also, chat, you do get to... what rule will episode 4 start with? And while we're doing that, before that completely uses up the screen and covers up our other contestants, thank you very much to Hideous Horstream and Andy Barr for giving up an evening for this nonsense. Hideous Horstream, I also understand that you make music. Where could people hear more about this?
So Hideous Horstream technically don't outside of Morvision, but I will let these two tell you about their music.
Oh, I'm in a band called Semi-Planned.
And I'm in a band called Concrete Cats. All good streaming services. And all bad ones as well.
Oh, yeah, same.
Okay, Semi-Planned and Concrete Cats. Look up on Spotify and Bandcamp. We'll pin that.
Instagram.
If anyone wants to come and see some fantasy-themed improv, I'm in SideQuest, generally in Sheffield.
It's really cool.
It is.
Cool might not be the word. It's really fun.
Hey.
Yes.
Andy, thank you very much for being here. What have you got coming up and where can people find out more?
Tom Tuck's gig on Sunday is likely to be cancelled, so I don't have that. I'm in Brighton tomorrow. Next week's Lions game is a Thanksgiving fixture on Thursday, the 23rd of November, so you can watch that. It's against the Green Bay Packers. It should be a good game.
I also understand you have a podcast.
Listen to my podcast as well, yeah. Do a podcast with Alexander Bennett called Born Yesterday, which is basically just a sort of dressed-up improv game. It's quite good.
Will we see any more coin streams returning? Should people follow you on?
Yeah, hopefully. I'm also planning to do a new podcast / stream called either The Bad Pub Guide or Weatherspoon's Views, which will be an exploration of Google reviews of Weatherspoons around the country.
Very, very nice. What is your Twitch username so I can give you a shout out for people to follow?
It's Andy Barr Comedy.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for being a part of it. I'm frankly sick and miserable that none of the webcam contestants made it through this time.
So are we.
Yeah, where the cookie crumbles.
Oh, Andy, this this involves you. What does this mean? Return next episode, or return in general?
Better spoken, I guess. That's up to them to decide.
Oh.
I mean, thanks, chat.
Yeah.
Like, no offense taken.
Well, yeah, some.
At one point, Andy must return. Okay. However, it's not like a long-term rule. It's just a rule that's only available. You'd like some more aggression? The game's ended. Okay, the game's fucking ended. So could you cut me some slack?
Cleaning has made a very valid point here. That rule singles out a single contestant, and therefore it's not valid.
Ooh.
That's true. That's actually true.
Well, I would argue that the game has now ended, so I'm no longer a contestant.
However, the rule is only going to come into play when the game begins again. So as
I
soon
won't
as
be a
it,
contestant in that one.
oh yeah, it can only not rule out a single contestant. This only becomes comes into play at the beginning of episode 4, and Andy won't be a contestant, he'll just be... But if he returns, he can't return as a contestant because it will invalidate the rule. So Andy is permitted to return, but not as a contestant. He just will appear on the stream.
Yep, fine.
Okay. What are you doing next?
You can just use an image.
What are you doing next Wednesday?
I'm seeing Ben Tarjay.
Okay, so
I'm going to go and watch some basketball.
maybe we'll get you to pre-record something.
Yep, sure.
Okay. All right, I'll be in touch with you during the week. Right, amazing. Then I think that has been Normal Game episode 3. Thank you everyone for participating. Do I feel like justice was served out? Not at all. But I don't really have any strong feelings of who deserved to win. I just didn't want it to end like that. GG in the chat. WP as well, to show a little bit of sporting grace. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to our contestants. 3/4 of Hideous Horse Dream. To Andy Barr's All Bar 1 in brackets 1. And of course, the cursed chat who have tonight won big with the gigantic dice. I will be back later in the week, Friday evening. Join the Discord if you want to find out more. But for now, it is goodbye from us. Goodbye, and stop mucking around.
Bonsoir.
Arrivederci.
Ciao.
Hey, hey.
That one before. Let's roll another one. Can a mod remove that one, please? Because that was very much rinsed. It's not as random as I...
To be fair, you had an answer to that.
Well, yeah, because you'd have to freeze it, wouldn't you? So
To be honest, hoops are shite. To be absolutely honest with you, hoops are shite. Hoops are fucking shite. Steer clear of hoops. Listen up, you lot. Steer fucking clear of hoops. Do not listen.